Hi, welcome to the 4C Workshops. In here you can see we've got a decent sized space for doing some larger prototyping, and we've got a few bits of equipment that you'll recognise dotted around: bandsaw, pillar drill, sanding setup, and a couple that you might not. We've got a spool laser here for doing some cutting work as well. We like to keep a lot of stock on site so that we can get straight into prototyping things there and then. Nothing kills the creative flow like having to go out and buy something and come back and discover it wasn't quite the right thing. We've also got a lot of hand tools for when we run our open days. Here we've got a space to do some load testing. You can see we've got it set up with some sports equipment at the moment. And this corner here we have a spray booth for doing painting and resin work. This allows us to make up things to a sort of show level and paint things and get them looking, looks like. Through in the rest of here. On the left here we have our E-Lab, which is a space I should bring it into, where we keep 5 3D printers, ranging from quick and dirty 3D printing with some PLA setup and FDM, and some slightly more sophisticated machines for printing SLA with a range of different materials that have got some different engineering properties. And then over this side here we've got electronics bench where we can strip down, test, prototype, make up all sorts of electronic equipment, and we also run some test rigs. This one here is one of the products that we've been developing for a few years now, and this is a simple rig to cycle it through hundreds of thousands of test cycles to check that it's up to scratch. We've got various sensors and other equipment to record data from it, and we often have it set up with some cameras so that we can really see what's going on and from all areas. You can also see the remnants of some of our other test rigs in the corner there. Over this side we've got our metal working space. So we have a small metal working bench with TIG, MIG, spot welding and all the other basic metal working equipment that you might want, as well as a whole load of stock for testing out and trying things. In the rest of the back of the shop we've got more of a kind of engineering equipment with an old lathe in the corner and a mill over here. We've also got project benches. There's a couple of live projects at the moment. These two are both to do with agricultural equipment, and we've got a small injection molding machine in the corner that we're using to test some stuff for a pipeline company. We've also got a plasma cutter which we can use to cut sheet materials up to some sort of 12mm thicknesses in steel and aluminium and other conductive things, and we can take parts from here and put them into our bending setup and make up prototyping for testing and samples that way. We also have an old CNC machine that's a production level machine from a few years ago that allows us to make up some real world parts and real materials and use those for testing and prototyping as well. We also keep a lot of stock of other bits and bobs, partially left over from previous jobs, partially just to have things to hand. And it's organised chaos.